Today we're going to make our crazy and chaotic background. To do so, we're going to begin with oil pastels, and we're going to add lots of those really expressive kind of angry lines we've been talking about. To begin, I'm going to start with just a little dot in the middle, and I'm going to just kind of go way off my page in really kind of fast motions. I'm going to go around the whole paper. I'm going to do as many colors as I would like, but I want to kind of make the requirement of at least 3. You can do these in just straight lines like I'm doing, or you could also do some kind of zigzaggy kind of style lines as well. It's really up to you. Remember, the cool thing about these oil pastels is the colors can go on top of one another and they kind of mix a little bit. Oh, perfectly fine if they break in half, but I'm going to add a few more of these really energetic zigzaggy lines coming from the middle. There, look at that, I love that. Next, we're going to add a little bit of texture by adding some splatter paint on top. So once you're happy with your oil pastels, you can put them all back into your box and return that to the middle table. And then you need to grab a set of watercolors. Now, a couple things about these before we begin. Because they're watercolors, you do need to begin by adding water to them to use them. So I like to first begin just kind of thinking about what colors I want to use, and I add some water right to them. You kind of want these little ovals to become just a little puddle of colored water. Remember, with this type of paint, you're never trying to scoop up that color inside that oval. You're just dipping into the little puddle that you create inside it. And then to remind you, sometimes you can use the mixing or the lid as a mixing tray. So in order to get a splatter technique, you really need to load these with lots of water, and then you'll just do a little tapping motion. So I'm going to take a little bit of the blue here first. I come over and I just use my finger and begin to tap, 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 tap. And then go back to my paint. Take a little more, dip it in the puddle, and tap, 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 tap. You can do this as many times as you would like and with as many colors. But make sure to kind of think about all areas. And remember, I said you can even use the lid as a mixing tray. So maybe I want to try to make like a turquoise color. Mix some green and some blue. Load up lots of green there. Clean your brush quickly inside your water cup, and then go to the blue. Put some blue next to it, and then I can mix them together. By putting my 2 colors next to each other, then it keeps my colors cleaner on my watercolor set. But there you go, look at that cool color. Alright, do a few more splatters with that one. And then when you reach to a point that you're happy with your background, you can put this on the drying rack. Then I want you to grab a paper towel, wipe off the mixing tray if you used it, and then you need to carefully put the lid back on and make sure that you carry this flat back to the middle table. Last thing we want is for those little puddles to start dripping on the floor as we walk it back. And then finally, when it comes to your brush, you just go to a sink under running water. You're going to tap your brush on the bottom of the sink, kind of run your fingers through the hair under the water, and then finally do what I call the hand test. As long as you don't see any color showing through on your hand, then that means you got it rinsed out thoroughly. And then you can put it back. Spike the hair up, and you're good to go. Have fun.